the way to assess people is to go slowly, because this is something that psychology is really good at. Our profession is bad at a lot of things. There's a lot of criticisms you can make of our profession. I'm a very vocal critic of my profession, but one of the things we're really good at is knowing how to look at things in a systematic, slow way. So, for example, neurocognitive assessment. If somebody has a brain injury or a stroke or something, we have all these tests where we can really zero in on the nature of the injury in ways that an MRI machine cannot, so that you can tailor the treatment. And we've also gotten very good at measuring things like IQ, measuring things like the big five personality traits. We have these things where there are just mountains of data out there. And one of the lessons from these mountains of data and these population norms is that the slower you can go with somebody up to a point, the more accurate the information you're going to get, and the more different ways you can look at a variable, the more accurate your picture is going to become. And so getting to know somebody is really that process of going slowly and looking at them from as many angles as you can. You obviously can't do that on Tinder. You can't do that in the first year of dating somebody when you're infatuated with them. You can't do that in the first 18 months maybe. Only when the infatuation stage starts to end and your neurochemistry starts to come back to baseline can you then start to see yourself and them a little more clearly.
That's a very important message, and I think everyone should write that down right now. Go slowly, and your biology is telling you one thing. It's probably saying, hurry up and get with this person and go all the way to the end right away. But it's in your interest to go slowly and be careful and observe your partner and see them in different situations, right?
Yeah, and when I talk about different angles, I'm talking about like watching very closely the way they interact with people, listening very closely to the way their friends and family talk about them, listening very closely to the way your friends and family talk about them. And sometimes that's unpleasant information. You don't want to hear it. And it's really difficult to stay in touch with the facts there, because your friends might be dropping little hints that this person, not such a high quality person, or maybe they're a good person, but they're not good for you. But you don't want to hear it because your biology, and you've got all these neurochemicals that have shifted from baseline a little bit in your brain because you're infatuated, and it's literally shaping the way you view the world.